The big thing was Judge and the conversation and the narrative being furthered. Unfortunately, I texted you as a joke. I was like, I wish he didn't play in this just so we don't have to deal with this BS
Well,
conversation.
yeah, I've been listening to the radio since all the pods I had to catch up on the way home and stuff, and it's just sad, like how people just want to hate Aaron Judge.
Yeah. And so
The team had three
basically
hits.
the stats that we saw from Judge in the totality of the WBC in that last game, which the championship game was undeniably not a good time for Aaron Judge. 0 for 4, three strikeouts. I got pretty frustrated with it. I think the sixth inning at bat, that's when I texted you because he had a 3-1 fastball, kind of middle, and had the opportunity to swing the bat. And I think he was surprised that he
Sat
threw
on
it
it.
to him and just sat on it. Through the three elimination games, so post pool play, went 2 for 11, 182 average with six strikeouts. In pool play, he went 4 for 16, two home runs, a double, five walks, five runs, four RBIs, and two strikeouts. Also of note, he played very good defense in this WBC, had a couple thrown out runners on the bases, making some highlights there. But my takeaway is just I think it was another platform that, of course, if I sort of said it last episode that it was a bit of a lose-lose situation for him. If he comes through, it's like, oh, well, you got to do that for your team later in October, but you can't do it. And then the other flip side was what happened in this game, which was not encouraging. I don't like it to happen. I'm a fan of the WBC. I'm a fan of Team USA. I wanted him to come through, and it's a little bit of a gut punch in a way that it could be before meaningful Yankees baseball. So it wasn't the best, but I'm not going to lose my mind over it. But I was thinking about this, Tyler, that the more time that goes on with it, the more I just compare this situation for Aaron Judge and his playoff success and his I don't know if you want to lump in this because you can't really with the playoff success, but the more time that goes on, I just compare this Aaron Judge playoff clutch experience or conversation to the A-Rod journey.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
it's
how I look at it.
he's just kind of gonna get hate until he carries us to one
Hmm.
virtually. It's just like I don't understand the universe. I mean, I guess I understand it because he's like a New York Yankee, but it's like I hate to see the big names that just kind of exclusively shit on Aaron Judge. Like
Yeah.
when again the team had three hits and Bryce Harper had two of them. I don't understand. Did Mike Trout catch this much smoke when he struck out against Otani in 2020, whatever? Like,
No,
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so. I think
And Judge like the nicest guy.
yeah, I think that it's I get both sides of the coin a little bit. I think being outwardly as critical as some of the obnoxious fans on Twitter are, I'm not going to do that. But I will admit that I do get frustrated with him at times in clutch moments. But I do
Mhm.
respect also that I'm not sitting here saying that Aaron Judge hasn't had playoff moments, that he hasn't had production in the playoffs. I'm not sitting here saying that, but also on the flip side, like I said, there are some big moments where and I'm sure you would even admit that there's times where I'm like, dude, really? Like, you couldn't, like, that is the time where you could shut up a lot of people. And coming
Yeah.
off the heels of his playoff performance against Toronto, where he hits the home run off the foul pole, like, that was a cool moment. Unfortunately, what's going to be remembered is that they lost that series. So, going back to the comparison, that I truly believe that it's a lot, the Aaron Judge situation and his postseason clutch success is going to be regarded or thought of a lot like the A-Rod situation. So I pulled up some numbers. I'm going to just do like comparison. Judge has a little larger of a sample size, right? Judge has 65 games played in the playoffs, 246 plate appearances, 17 home runs, 41 RBIs, 25 extra base hits, a 236 average, a 346 on base, a 476 slug, and an 822 OPS. Alex Rodriguez, pre 2009, 39 games, 170 at bats, seven home runs, 17 RBIs, 16 extra base hits, 279 average, a 373 on base percentage, a 483 slug, and an 856 OPS. So Tyler, when you listen to those numbers, you're like, that's pretty good playoff production. Like
Hmm.
that's nothing to disregard. That's not anything that you would think is bad production. But like A-Rod, and A-Rod came with a lot more baggage in comparison to Aaron Judge with his whole
Hmm. And the
fiasco with
contract was
steroids,
hated at that time and
the
all that.
contract. So A-Rod had a lot more factors, I would argue, going against him than Judge simply does because of they're looking for him to come in, looking for Judge to come through in big playoff moments where A-Rod was working against the contract debate, he was working against the steroid debate, all of that. And much like A-Rod, the time for Aaron Judge to just the only way that he's gonna shut people up is if he comes through in clutch moments and wins that championship, especially when you play for the Yankees. And you said it completely correct. People are not only going to just because they want to hate on the Yankees, they're going to have that conversation. But then again, like to live up to the level of the pinstripes, and it fair or not, that's the way Aaron Judge is going to have to do it. And
Yep.
it's the same thing that A-Rod went through, and Judge is going to have to do the same thing. And he's gonna have to just get the monkey off his back. He's gonna have to have his moment. And I'm a Yankee fan. I'm a big Aaron Judge fan. I want him to come through, man.
Just need
That's
him to win a ring, dude.
really, and that's the only way it's gonna stop. That's the only way that. And I give people credit online that are going back at others that are hating. I'm probably not going to waste my breath because obviously the only way that it's going to happen is if Judge wins, and that's like the legs that you're going to have to stand on. I think it's people go way too far with the egregious takes that they'll say against Aaron Judge. I do think that's totally valid, like you said, but there are times where I'm a little frustrated with the guy. I will admit.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely times, but then part of me is also like unbelievable success in baseball is when you get a hit 33% of the time. So, like, I don't know, he
It's a
also had
cruel
that
game.
sick homer off Class A that was going to send us to the World Series before they blew that game. And that was a clutch homer no one's ever going to talk about,
Yeah.
so yeah, at some points it seems like he's like guessing too much up there in the big moments, but I think you're right. I don't think anything matters for him or Cole until both of them have a ring.
I think Aaron Judge is in desperate need of a la Alex Rodriguez 2009 run. He really
Yeah.
is. And once that,
Could have had it last year if the pitching held together.
I'm hoping he has one because that's the way he's going to get the haters off his back, and that's how he's going to cement himself as a Yankee great,
Yeah.
undoubtedly. Like if he has a 2009 A-Rod run, that's where we immediately put him in the up. And
Top of
he's
the top.
already, yeah, he's at the once he does that, he would be at the top of the top. I know people want to put him top 10, but it's tough because there's a lot of Yankee greats, but
It
I don't
sucks
know.
that he falls in like the DiMaggio comparison.
Yeah, I don't know. I just want.
Yeah.
I'm rooting. Just get this guy a ring.
I
Just get him a
can't
ring.
watch sad TikToks again this year.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Aaron Judge needs a ring.